distinction students, civic education with Knowledge Academy. Your perfect tutor, Mr. Gilbert CJ. So in this video, we are going to look at how to write a perfect essay. How do you write an essay? You know, essays carry 40 marks in your final examination. So it is very important that you know how to write them. Do we just answer questions as they are phrased? Or how do we answer an essay? Okay, so if you don't know how to write an essay, this video is practically for you. So you can't write something that you don't know. You have to know what an essay is. What is an essay? An essay is an academic piece of writing on a particular subject, theme, or a topic. Now listen, written in a prose form. Written in a prose form. So we learned about two types of summaries. We have prose summary and note summary. So note summary is written in point form. Prose summary is written in paragraph form. So you have to write your essay in prose form, meaning in paragraph form. You do not have to write your essay in point form. I hope we are together. So let us look at the format of this essay. Format of an essay. So the essay should have a title. Now, sometimes the question itself can be underlined as the title or the heading. Critically analyze the sources of law in Zambia. That is the title, you even underline it. Introduction, that is number 2. Introduction. So, an introduction in civic education may be in the form of defining and explaining the key words or phrase in the question, depending on how it has been phrased. So how do you write the introduction for an essay? Do you write it like a report? Do you write it like for a speech or a narrative composition? So for essays in civic education, in the introduction, we explain the key words that are in the question itself. For example, if they say, describe the processes or the stages involved in the electoral process. Describe the stages involved in the electoral process. So the key word in that question is the electoral process. So in your introduction, you are going to explain or to define the word or the phrase electoral process. Even if they do not ask you to do so, they just say describe the stages involved in the electoral process. Don't say, no, here they have just said I should talk about the stages only. No. You have a key word in your question there, electoral process. So you have to explain that word in your introduction. So in the introduction, we define and explain the key words or phrases that are in the question. Analyze 4 electoral systems used in the world. So how can you start an introduction for this question? How can you write an introduction for this question? Analyze 4 electoral systems used in the world today. So the question is only asking you to analyze the electoral systems. But before you go to analyzing the electoral systems, you will start by defining the meaning of this word electoral system. You are going to start by defining the word electoral system. So you can start like, an electoral system is the process or method through which the citizens choose their representatives or leaders. This is usually done through elections. There are so many electoral systems used in the world. This essay analyzes each one of them separately. You have introduced the main body. So this is how you start. Don't just rush into the main body. You have to explain keywords in the question in your introduction. Great. Now you go to the main body. So the main body of the essay comprises the points of the entire content, which is segmented into the paragraphs. So this is where we are now going to explain your points in detail. Now, each paragraph should constitute 1 point only. You explain each point in its own paragraph. Use the relevant connecting or linking weights to join one paragraph to another in a chronological order. This is one essay. Let it be one thing, well connected, well punctuated. The paragraphs must be connected. Not this one is going this way, this one is going this way. The paragraphs must be connected. Now, how do you connect the paragraphs? You use the connecting weights or the linking weights. For example, firstly, again, in addition to that, not only that, but also, then, in fact, moreover, as a result, indeed, to crown it all, in conclusion, lastly, in summary, to sum up, and many more linking words that you can use. So whenever you are starting a paragraph, make sure that you are connecting it to the previous one. So this is how you write your main body. Each point in its own word, paragraph. Connect the paragraphs. So an essay is more like a composition because it has the title, introduction, the main body, and the conclusion. So make sure your title has these 4 things. So the conclusion sums up what has been written in the essay. You are now summarizing or cementing on what you have explained in the main body. You simply choose the main points now. Do not bring or do not introduce new points in the conclusion because you'll be forced to explain them since you have not explained them in the main body. So make sure that you only summarize what you have written in the main body in your conclusion. At times, the conclusion can also be written in form of a recommendation, like for a report. Remember to proofread your work in order to make corrections where possible. After you are done writing the essay, you now read through. From the title, you read. Is it making sense? Make corrections where possible. Oh, here I made a mistake. This is not the spelling for this word. You write the correct spellings. Punctuation marks. Make sure that you have punctuated your essay. And then work presentation is very important. Be neat when you are writing. Even if your handwriting is bad at times, but when you are writing these things like essays, compositions, you have to try by all means to polish it up. Try to polish your handwriting. Slow but sure. Not too slow, not too fast. So, you have to take note of these 4 things when you are writing an essay. Number 1, do not write an essay in note form or point form. You put my bullets. You are writing an essay, you put bullets. We don't do that. Do not number the points. Do not number the points. Let it be in form of a composition. Do not underline the points so as to emphasize. No. Do not underline. Do not put semicolons or full colons. Just introduce your points nicely. Do not write the subtopics or the subtitles. Do not write let it be in form of a composition, more like you are explaining. The points must be introduced in paragraph form. Not you write a point, you underline, you start explaining. That is not allowed when writing essays. Explain the points in paragraph form. Connect the paragraphs very well. Punctuate your work. It is very easy, very possible to get 20 out of 20, 40 out of 40 from essay. As long as you write the correct and the valid points, you will get all the marks. That's how it is. So essays are not like composition where it is not possible to get 100% or 20 out of 20. But an essay, you can get 20 out of 20 as long as you write all the required points. So this is how you write a perfect essay.